Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I am your host, as always, Colin the Crow Clark, and we continue our series yet again today, day 5 of our Gears 5 Horde series. And today we're doing a little Jackbot gameplay, and I'm going to talk to you about his skills and his ultimate and how he feels and some of the ways that you can play him a little bit better maybe. Let's start off with his ultimate. We all got to see it in that trailer. It's the hack dart. He shoots it right into the enemy scion, swarm, locust, drone, anything. He can take control of it. He can bring it to your side. He can make it a new team partner for you for a limited time being, but it's best used on those big baddies that they can really use those boom shots, use those buzz kills, use those drop shots, whatever it may be, but you hack into it and you now have control of it with Jackbot. You can maneuver it around the map. You can use it as a distraction. You can use it as a killer. Whatever you want it to be, it can be while hacked by Jackbot. Nextly, we go to its passive ability. Anytime you're playing as Jackbot, if you're not healing a teammate or repairing a fortification or doing a little bit of stun damage, but especially though, if you're doing stun damage, make sure you mark those targets because his passive is called marked death. And what that means is every time an enemy you have marked is killed, whether by you or a teammate, doesn't matter. As long as you mark it, it will add to your ultimate. You'll get your hack back a little bit quicker. So make sure you're marking everything and anything under the sun. Get that hack back. Make sure you can use that as much as you can throughout the gameplay. We go on to his skills though, and his first skill, one of my favorite things I got to be and use, was his healing reach. You didn't have to be as close to your teammates now. Even if you're out of camo and you're not hiding, you can be a little bit further away. But you can get with those running gunners on your team. You can stay a little bit further behind them so that they keep taking the aggro, but you can keep healing them back up. Keep them in the fight a little bit longer. Keep them from going down but not out even. It's not as effective against the cryo gun. I found that out the hard way. My bad call-outs. But it is very effective when you're just fighting kind of the humdrum, rum-dum mobs throughout Horde, like your drones, your leeches, your, the smaller mobs. Nothing massive, nothing huge, nothing that'll do a ton of damage very quickly. Next, we move on to Mind Control Mastery. It was basically a card that made your ultimate last a little bit longer. It just increased the duration. What you could do then was, instead of, I think it was 15 seconds is what I counted that I had control of the Scion, it was like 30. It was almost double, but it was a massive increase to the duration of the mind control, which is huge when you've got multipliers on and you're trying to just have a distraction for your team, or you're trying not to let somebody go down and you just want to blast somebody with a speaker or a boom shot or a cryo gun, whatever it may be. That Mind Control Mastery came in handy from time to time. It was a beautiful sight to see when you're like, oh man, I got control of this thing for damn near its whole lifespan, it feels like. And thirdly, the other beginner skill card that we were allowed to use and see how it went about being utilized at its best and its core was the Repair Reach tool. So if you've already got a Dell on your team who's making the fortifications cost less and you're trying to make a better base, well, why the hell wouldn't you do a little upkeep, baby? You gotta repair. Go ahead, get the Repair Reach tool on one of your skill cards. You can stay a little bit further behind everybody else. You can stay behind those turrets. You can just keep feeding those suckers repair cost. Yes, you are going to get tired of playing on the back lines maybe, but it's always going to be benefiting your team. Jackbot is the ultimate utility player. He does it all. He heals, he deals a little bit of damage and a stun, and he can repair your fortifications. Jackbot to me is not one of the most essential players, but could be the most essential, especially if the person is really good about evading, getting back into camo, and getting the hell out of dodge when things get dicey. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about one or two more things that I loved about Jackbot. Because he's floating, you don't really have to take cover ever. And most all covers and most all areas on the map that I encountered, you just float over them a little bit. You just kind of go over the hill. It feels like you slow down a little bit going up, you speed up coming up a little bit down. So they even took that into account with the way the Jackbot's movement would work throughout the game. If he's not firing, healing, or getting fired upon already, and he's close to enemies, he automatically cloaks himself. He goes into hiding. It's such a glorious thing to use because it allows you to stay just a hair safer in those tough situations. And you might be able to traverse the map to get to a teammate who needs the heal, or get to a turret that needs the repair. Or maybe even get back to that Scion, hack into his hand, and then just let his friends have it. You know what I'm saying? So, to me, Jackbot, intermediate skill player. You got to be able to use that camo properly, be able to hide from the enemies and not get downed and out, because if he does, somebody has to come over and pick up that massive drone, and it takes a second for it to get from that down but not out stance. But if you can use them correctly, if you can fly, if you can camo, and you can stay away from the fight, pivotal. Easily one of the most useful characters they've ever had in Horde. He's a hero you want on your team. And why wouldn't you want to play Jackbot? He's old school, baby. Original Delta Squad out here. He was helping Dom and Marcus and Cole and Baird way back in the day in Gears 1. I loved him. I think you will too. Check Jackbot out when Gears 5 drops. If you've got the early edition, it's coming very, very soon. If you've got the standard and you got to wait until launch day, what's wrong with you? But you'll still get them very, very soon. You should just go out and get that Ultimate Game Pass, get what pre-order, get whatever you need to get done so that you can get on this thing earlier. Be a part of the Gears 5 Horde sensation that'll be coming. And last but not least, you made it to the end of the video. I'm announcing it again. If I can get to 100 subscribers on YouTube, I will be doing my first giveaway as a YouTuber, content creator, caster, however you'd like to label me. And it'll be a beautiful Gears 5 Kate Special Edition controller. So sub up to the channel if you're not already. Once I get to 100 subs, I'll officially announce it on my Twitter at ColinCrowClark. And then I'll have people either continue to sub to my YouTube or whatnot and give it a 14-day period, then do the giveaway. If you're a long-time sub, get your friends involved. If there's anything I missed, leave it in the comments down below. If there's anything you want to talk about, leave it in the comments down below. I'll get back to you at my earliest convenience. Outside of that, I hope you all have a fantastic day.